internet. My name is Moses. This video is going to be about why it is so important to travel, and more specifically, as a young person, right? There are great reasons to travel in general, whether you're young, whether you are old, but when you are young, it is even more special. Here is why. So, as an individual, young or old, we know that it's relatively important to travel just to see the world, right? Everyone has this idea of, I want to see the world, right? And then on top of that, another layer on top of that is that we all want to experience how do people do life on different places, right? Well, what do they eat? What do they listen to? And traveling in general gets rid of a lot of prejudices, right? A lot of I heard this, I heard that, all of that pretty much gets shoved up away when you travel, whether you're young, whether you are old. But when you are young, at least it's been very true for me, there are certain things that keep coming up, certain reasons that I think young people would greatly benefit from this. And it is not in any particular order of importance, but I would say one of the reasons to travel as a young person is employment, right? You are young, and so there's this idea that, well, I don't have enough money to travel, or I don't have as many resources and connections to travel, so you end up not traveling. But one of the good reasons to travel is so that you can potentially maximize the ability and the connections of employment. So if, let's say, you decide to travel to Peru for one reason or another, right? And you are on the train, on the metro. I don't know if they have a metro in Peru. Maybe they do. On the plane there, on the plane back, you are rubbing shoulders with all kinds of people of all kinds of walks of life, from all kinds of different socio-economic ladder, right? Those are great points for connection. And let's say that you are hired by a company, and then there's a promotion that's taking place, and you just happen to know the culture of the targeted customer base, right? Because you've been there, you've walked the streets, so to speak. You've done life with people of a different culture, and if the company's targeted customer base is of the culture, you have a lot more input to offer. So on a selfish level, employment, huge. 2, entertainment, right? It's there's so much music out there, so many other different ways of dancing, so many other different foods and drinks in the entire world, right? So and you get to open yourself up to that when you are young, and then you have literally the rest of your life, should that be afforded to you, right? Because nothing is guaranteed. You have the rest of your life to either relive those moments by traveling back, or sharing your experiences, your stories with other people, right? So entertainment, music, food, dancing, that is as much part of a culture as the culture itself. I don't know if that made any sense. And 3, again, there's no particular order of importance here. Excuse me. Connections, the people, and it kind of ties into that employment part of it, but a bit less materialistic, right? You get to meet. Yesterday, was it? Yeah, yesterday. I'm currently in Italy, in Volterra, Italy, and yesterday a friend of mine that I met in Portugal, and he's from Brazil. So we're both 2 different people that came from 2 different countries, and we met in Lisbon. He called me on video. We just chatted up for what was it, 4 or 5 minutes, and if neither of us, or even if just one of us had decided to travel and not the other, this connection would have never happened, right? So the connections and the stories that I've collected, not stories necessarily of the things that I've done and things that I've been part of, although that is true, but the stories of people, right? Hey, how did you end up here? What brings you here? Are you moving here? Are you like just collecting all the different stories as to why people are traveling, whether it's for socioeconomic reasons, whether that is just for tourism. I mean, people have all kinds of stories that they're just eager to share. So collecting those stories and getting a different perspective, not only because you are in a different culture, right? And we our realities are heavily shaped by our cultures and how we see the world and all of that. So not necessarily seeing the world through another person's eyes, but getting a small glimpse of that across multiple cultures and collecting all these different stories, all these different journeys of people. And sometimes you're able to maintain those connections over a long period of time, right? So if you travel somewhere and let's say you're 25, and by the time you're 38, you've maintained connections with the people that you met 10 years ago in a different country, and then let's say now you have a couple of kids and whatnot, and you want to travel there, and you already have connections, and right? So to me, the benefits of traveling while young are just immense. Not to dispense with the importance of traveling as an older individual as well, but that opportunity will almost always be there. Aside from the realities of life, right? You might not be able to physically move. You might not be able to have the time because maybe you have all kinds of offsprings, all kinds of kids. I don't know why I said offsprings. Although in my travels, I've ran into all kinds of parents with kids. So, right. So not to dismiss with that and the importance of traveling as an older individual, but as a young person, if you can, when you can, you should. I have a video coming up in the next couple of weeks regarding whether you need to be rich to travel. As a young person, maybe as an older person, what does budgeting look like? Where can you go? Can you even go to different places? Because it's something that I love to do, and I started doing it long before I had the means to sustain my travels while I'm traveling. Right. So if you'd like to hear about some of those hints, subscribe to the channel. And my name is Moses. I will see you in the next video. Peace. Let me see if I can come in and turn it all away.